Welcome to Horsepower. Today we're at the Globe Mine Hillclimb. We're here on the lovely west coast. We're here on the lovely west coast with Toyota Celica GT4. Never done this road before, but it looks like a really cool piece of sort of forestry road. There's a mine at the top, so yeah, it should be fun. There's like 26 entrants today. There's a lot of four-wheel drives here. Yeah, it should be good. Should be a good event. We've got a good variation of four-wheel drive cars here. We've got a couple of Celicas, which is pretty cool. Evos, WRXs, and the usual stuff. Got Mr. Jason here helping us out. Cheers, mate. Let's get into it. Put in 10 litres of corn juice and maybe 10 litres of 100 octane. Should see us through the event. We just done the Indian File, which is a pretty cool looking road. Lots of really nice turns, nice flowing road. So yeah, looking forward to getting into it. Unfortunately our intercom died. We were going to be real flash and write notes for it. So unfortunately that's no longer an option. So I'll be running blind. Hopefully after 2 or 3 runs I'll remember the course, or at least remember the corners that I need to. We're all underway now, so I better get ready and into it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
that's the first run done. Had a few little dramas, nothing major, but the car got a bit hot near the top. Not overly hot, but more hot than we'd like. It got up to parked in the park at the top, and then opened the bonnet and left the engine running to cool it down. Fortunately, I didn't realise the fan wasn't working, so it got really hot. So that's not ideal. Cruised down the hill and it cooled down nicely, so hopefully we're all good. So we've just got to manage this today. I've hooked up the intercooler sprayer. Unfortunately, when I redid the front end, I didn't put the nozzles back in, so it's just going to be a hose squirting onto the intercooler and radiator, which isn't ideal. Anyway, we better get into the second run. So we've done the second run. Wasn't too bad, the car stayed cool-ish, no cutouts, nothing, so pretty happy with that. So now we're getting ready to start the third run. I was lucky enough to go for a run with my mate Sam here on his second run in his awesome Legacy with a 3 litre 6-cylinder, which I really like. He used to co-drive for me a couple of years ago, so it's a bit of a reunion of sorts, and hopefully he'll let me know that I've improved my driving somewhat since then. Right, we're about to get into it. That's the third run done. That was a bit of a failure. It was going alright for the most time, and then we got about 50 metres towards the top and the car just completely died. Just nobody home, completely dead, and then rolled up to stop about 10 metres before the finish line. So that was pretty disappointing. We just cruised back, rolled back down the hill with no engine going. Got to the bottom and then checked over all the fuses, and it turns out I'd blown the ECU fuse. Not quite sure how or why that happened. I stole another fuse from another circuit, I don't know what it was, but upped it from a 3 amp to a 5 amp, which is probably not the correct thing to do, but I don't want it to happen again. So now we'll get a fourth run, one final run to put down a good time. run was a bit of a failure. So we're sitting at about 75 degrees on the start line, and then about 30 seconds up the road it got up to about 120 degrees in about 30 seconds, so the motor's not happy. So we put it into a very aggressive limp mode, so we had to stop, come back down. We filled up the radiator with water, and it appears it's got a blown head gasket. So that's pretty much my fault, because at the first run the car was getting hot and the radiator fan wasn't going, and I let the motor sit there and cook itself. So I got up to about 126 degrees or something, maybe even hotter. Interestingly, after the 2 runs after that, the car didn't get hot, but I might have made the head gasket even worse on the 3rd run, and then the 4th run it was totally gone. Anyway, so that's disappointing. I don't know where it came yet, but probably won't be brilliant. But anyway, off to the pub. We're back home now, and we've investigated the Celica. So I had another event quickly after the Globe Mine Hillclimb, so I quickly pulled the head off, got that checked and put a new head gasket in, and went to start it up, and unfortunately the issue is just as bad, if not worse. The sump is filled with water, there's a lot of smoke, a lot of blow-by, and it's just generally not very healthy. So it seems I've done more than blow a head gasket. I suspect that a cylinder liner has cracked, a cylinder bore, possibly a cracked head, or maybe I messed up something with the head gasket install. Either way, the motor's going to have to come out and get tore down, inspected. The good news is I've been piecing together a new motor on the side for a while now. So if you stay tuned, you'll see what that is. I didn't want to do it right away, but now my hand is forced. In terms of the hill climb, I ended up 7th overall. We only got 2 good runs in. After the first run we were coming 2nd overall, and then after the 2nd run we were coming 3rd, and then everyone else sort of caught up to us on the 3rd and 4th run. But awesome event. I really enjoyed it. A big thanks to the Westland Car Club and all of the volunteers and organisers that helped make that happen. If it comes back, we'll definitely do that again next year. Big thanks to you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.